A boy of 4 survived after life support was switched off. I'm going to read into this story from Sky News, you guys. Let's go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Reganelite here with another good news story. Or is it a good news story per se? Well, I'll let you be the judge of that. This one is from Sky News here with the headline that a boy of 4 survived after their life support was switched off. The child, known only as NR, was born with severe brain malformation and spent months in a critical care unit after 2 cardiac arrests. Now, first and foremost, before I read into the story, my absolute heart goes out to the parents and family and relatives and friends of this boy at such a young age, to have their life support been switched off and yet still survive is quite an extraordinary thing. I was actually wondering whether or not I would do this as a good news story, because the child's been able to do things that they couldn't do before, basically, since they turned off the life support. And it's quite an extraordinary miracle, and I do call this a miracle. Now, as far as I'm aware, I don't know, because obviously you see the date on there. I don't know if the child made a full recovery, and I'm not going to assume it has, or if it's gotten worse or better since the time of this recording. But what I will say is that, especially for those who have children, who are in these situations where parents have to go extraordinary lengths to give their child some kind of decent life. It can feel sometimes very stressful and even hopeless when you want to try and give them the best life that you can, but you can't give them a life as good as yours because some circumstances beyond your control. It can be very heartbreaking. It can be very tough. But it can just show you that sometimes, against all the odds, that there can be some glimmers of hope when there doesn't look like there's any. And that was the case with this extraordinary story. So let me read it for you guys. So, a remarkable 4-year-old boy who was expected to die shortly after his life support was withdrawn has confounded all medical expectations. A child known only as AR was born with a severe brain malformation, which has spent months in critical care unit after 2 cardiac arrests. In April, Mr Justice Poole ruled life-sustaining ventilation was not in the child's best interest, following a High Court by the King's College Hospital NHS Foundation Trust. However, the boy has not only survived but has made progress after its ventilator was removed more than 4 months ago, the judge said in the ruling in September. NR is now breathing for himself, the judge said. The expectation that NR could not be cared for at home and would not survive long after incubating have not been fulfilled, he continued. In this judgment, Mr Justice Poole lifted declarations which would have allowed doctors to withhold CPR or not provide certain treatment. He said when some orders about treatment were made in January this year, NR was suffering many more burdens, and there was little to no evidence that he could derive pleasure from life, other than consoling the touch of his parents. But the judge continued, now he can be taken outside, for example, to the park. He can enjoy the sun on his face and feel the wind in his hair. He is living in a lovely home environment. He said it was a delight to see the picture of the boy at home with his devoted parents. Child has a strong will to live, the mother says. The boy's mother told the High Court in a statement her son's will to live is strong and he has a good life. She said NR survived when the doctors and nurses who looked after him for months thought he could not, and has earned a new start and deserves it. Now, a lot of this story is shrouded in mystery, because obviously we don't see pictures, we don't know the names, so it is confidential, this story. But a story like this is quite extraordinary in the fact that when they are certain that they can't do any more for them, and turning off that life support can be heartbreaking and cruel, knowing that when you want them to make it and have a better life, and can be very difficult, but it is an absolute unbelievable miracle that this child kept going after life support. And it's quite extraordinary that this child is actually enjoying the sun, the face in its wind, in its hair, and living in a home environment when it looked like it was never going to have anything like that. I generally hope it gets better for the boy. I really, really hope so. For him and for his parents, and for anyone out there as well who is going through similar things. My heart goes out to you, and I hope that this story, despite some of the darkness in it, I hope it gives you a good ray of hope that even when it seems like the end, it could end up being a new beginning. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to catch you all very, very soon.